Okay, so that's how we started. Yeah, so step it up. So I made a conscious decision going into 2017 to up my game in every area of my life. So when I get to the end of this year, which is today, this evening, the question becomes, did I? Did I actually do what I said I was going to do? Did I step it up? I mean, December 31st is usually the day when we all take stock. Did I do what I said I was going to do? Am I where I want to be? Am I where I should be? What got in the way? Am I in the right marriage? All those questions that we ask ourselves. My husband is at home watching this online. My answer is yes. But I do ask it every year. So we ask ourselves these questions, yes? You should be asking yourself questions because the theme of last year, am I supposed to change this button? Yeah?
I got it.
Thank you. The theme of last year, now let's be very clear. There is a theme for the year and then there is a motto. So the theme last year was step it up. Does anybody remember what the motto was? Very good, Amy. Stand up and just yell it.
Come clean in 17.
So it's coming clean in 17. So then I have to ask myself, did I come clean in 17? Did you come clean? By the way, I'm asking myself, but I'm really asking you to ask yourself. Did you step it up, Liza? And did you come clean in now there's the deal. Did you come clean in 17? Here's what coming clean is. Coming clean means that you've pulled out all the stuff you need to look at and actually did something about what you saw. And they're stymied. So first it's, did you pull it out and look at it? And that's good. Did you pull it out and look at it? Did you really take a look at all the stuff of your life? Look at it and then do something about it. Well, I have to ask myself, did I? Did you? Well, you know what? I saw a lot more than I did. And that's the truth. I saw a lot of stuff that I wanted to change in my life. And I have taken steps. I have stepped it up. But when you say step it up, you could take one little step. You've stepped it up. But me, I say step it up, and I mean step to that unlimited potential, UP, unlimited potential. Step it up to that place where anything's possible. Did I actually go there? Well, I made strides. How many of you made strides this year? Great. Okay, so I made strides. So Mark Nepo has this wonderful book that is part of the practitioner curriculum called 7,000 Ways to Listen. And I took it to the desert this week. Even though I am teaching this book as part of the curriculum, I wanted to take it to the desert so that it wasn't about what I'm teaching. It was about what I wanted to hear. So I took it and started back at the top of the book. And there's a question right at the top of the book that got me for ending the year. And it's this: what surprised you during this last year? What surprised you during this last year? So I'll just give you a second with that. Not what did you learn, what lessons did you have, what surprised you in this last year? So I sat with that yesterday in the desert. I have this beautiful place at the resort where I can go around the corner where no one goes for some reason. There's beautiful chairs and trees. And I just sat there for about an hour till I fell asleep for about another hour. And then I woke up and said, what was the answer? Because I fell asleep. So I stayed a little longer. And I found out that what surprised me the most about last year was how fast it went. Anybody else? This year, I feel like I was just standing here yesterday for the first time with y'all. It went by so fast. My children are getting ready to go to college, pick colleges. That seems to have happened overnight. We renovated our house. That did not happen overnight. But in the 10 months, here I am 10 months later in this beautiful home that we've renovated. And then this center, the merging of our two families into one beautiful family. It's been a whole year since we've been moving in this direction, and yet it still feels like it was yesterday that I came here for the first time, and Linda Rojo said those fateful words, "Could you see yourself here?" My answer was no, and yet here I am. My answer was no because I had a community. I didn't see the possibility, and that's what Step It Up was all about. Can you get out of your way enough to allow something bigger than you to take over and lead you in another perhaps direction? So this whole concept, what surprised me about this year? One of the other things that surprised me was how smart my heart is. Not my head, I know how smart my mind is, but how smart my heart is. Because I have seen my ministry go from quite an intellectual ministry as a descendant of Dr. David Walker into a much more heart-led ministry, much more, what do I feel? What wants to happen here from an emotional standpoint? The mind-heart connection I wanted to talk about as we end this year and go into the next year. The mind gives us all these options. We think with our minds, yes? Our minds. And we talk about change your thinking, change your life. I don't believe that's true. I think you change your beliefs, you change your life. And that once the beliefs are changed, you think differently. And if once I change my beliefs, I change my life, my beliefs only change to the degree that my heart allows it to. So this mind-heart connection is so important to get. And it's so important. I'm so glad you brought that up about the love and the law. Because the mind has all of these ideas of what I can do, where I can go, what I can be, all these great concepts and ideas, but the heart points it to the truth. And very often we get caught up in the mind without allowing the heart to take what we are thinking and guide it. And so we get stuck up here in headache after headache, trying to figure things out when the heart is there saying, I got your answer. I got your answer. And this is all what Mark Nepo is talking about in this book. I got your answer. Listen. Just listen to the answer. Just give yourself a chance and listen. Because everything you're thinking is possible. But which one is yours to do? Which one is the best one for you? You can say step it up and drive yourself insane, thinking you have to step it up in every area of your life. Anybody else think that last year? I did. And about halfway through the year, I was really tired. I was stepping it up way too much. And so I really understood this year. What surprised me most is that as I constantly move forward, the heart is asking me to step back. This teaching can be very mental. And it needs not be. Yes, we need to use our minds. But what if we allowed our heart to inform our minds and not the other way around? Because way too often, our minds are informing our hearts and causing us to feel things that we don't really need to be feeling. In 2018, I'm going to suggest that we spend more time in our hearts. And that's why the slogan this year, the theme is simplify, but the slogan, which I don't have, is lean in 2018. Lean. Now, I could mean a lean body, which I happen to have. I could mean to slim down, and if you need to do that, have at it. But what I mean by lean, I don't just mean lean into your heart. But I do mean lean in terms of your mind. Get the clutter out. Get rid of the clutter. Get rid of all the stuff that is fattening your mind to the degree that you can't find your true self inside it. Lean in 2018. And how do we do that? Simplifying our lives. Really simplifying our lives. How do we make our lives even that much more simple? Well, I asked Heather Powers to write me something that would help us all start this process. So I'm going to bring Heather and Donia up, and I will get you your guitar. Oh, you got it. Great. Heather and Donia.
Oh, you have me verklempt. You know, the timing that you're sharing this is so, I think, appropriate for all of us, because I think I came to a point this last week. We're house sitting for James and Kevin, and overshadowed by this grandfather tree that always does a doozy on us, and then we come out rebirthed a bit. But I just felt that the mental, like, I need to let it go. And so when you said simplify, this song, I appreciate that you called forth this song to be written, because I think it clarified in my own heart that I just need to listen to my heart a little bit more and get my mind out of the way. When life gets heavy, you load a burden and you're dancing with your darkness, trying to find courage to face your shadow. A light within you, the flame of freedom burning bright. A fire that will lead you to your brilliant light. Simplify. Close your eyes and listen to the silence. You don't have to try. She waits for you to come. Surrender, lay it all down. Drop all your defenses. Get in the moment and into the present and simplify. 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 With no tomorrow, no yesterday, with no regrets to keep you tethered, soaring in your imagination. A new day dawning, a new beginning breaking through. Let the waters of the Spirit carry you. Simplify. Close your eyes and listen to the silence. You don't have to try. It's for you to come and surrender, lay it all down. Drop all your defenses, get in the moment and into the present and simplify. Simplify. You sing it with me. Simplify. Yeah. Simplify. Simplify. Let it go. Simplify.
Beautiful. Simplify. The word means to make less complex or complicated, to make easier. How many of you have been complicit in making your lives more complicated? Making your lives a little bit more complex than they need to be. It's time for us to stop complicating our lives. It's time for us to stop complicating this teaching. If you sit here ever and think to yourself, this is so dense, I don't understand it, then I'm not doing my job, and tell me that. Because you should understand this teaching because it's quite simple. You are God, and your mind creates your experience. That's it. Everybody else on the planet is God too, and everyone's creating their own experience. That's pretty much it. So there's this beautiful quote in Mark Nepo's book. It says, though what is unknown is beyond us, so the New Year's, we don't know. What is familiar is in danger of being taken for granted. Very often we're trying so hard to get what we don't know. But what we do know, we take for granted, as opposed to approach it with childlike wonder, as we talked about on Christmas. And he goes on to say, and we tend to live in between, on the edge of what we know and what we don't know. And then he says, how we relate to this edge creates the lives that we are living. So we are on the edge at all times. I'm always right here, and there's my future, and there's my past, but I'm right here, and I live here. If I live out here worrying about the future, the power is gone. If I live back here trying to figure out my past, the power is gone. Standing on the edge, the precipice at all times, there's the power. And being good with it, being okay with it. So I have a little acronym for you for the year. It's called LOL. Better than WTF. Which we all know means why the face. So it's LOL. I actually thought it meant why the face for a long time, and I was using it till my daughter said you shouldn't use that. Yeah. So LOL. L, lose the mess. Lose the mess that is your mind. Lose the mess that is your life. Lose the clutter. Simplify. That's the L. O, open up to the wonder. Let yourself be open to the wonder that there is in this world. See it in things you see every day. See it differently. So lose the mess, open up to the wonder, and listen to your heart. LOL. Lose the mess, open to the wonder, and listen to the heart. LOL. Laugh out loud, because actually in the end, that is what it is all about, being happy. So simplify. Next year, I want to be able to get to the end of my year and be able to say this, that 2018 was simply the best year ever. And it starts today. It starts with you today deciding to lose the mess, to be open to the wonder, and to listen to your heart. Because as soon as you do those three things, you will be laughing out loud. And I can't think of a better way to go through 2018 than laughing my butt off. Namaste.